Hello, it's me, Christina Joy, empowered for another video. My husband told me that since men mostly watch YouTube videos, that maybe I should like do my makeup and my hair and stuff and get all sexy for these videos. And so my response to that was to basically wear no makeup and wear my pajamas, because that's how much I care. I have to talk about Daenerys Targaryen, because, you know, those of you that watched, oh, man, that was gnarly. I think that it's really interesting how many people are kind of wigging out about Daenerys' sudden character shift. First of all, we all knew this was coming, and if you didn't know this was coming, then you are not paying attention. I also had a very crazy mom, and I think that those of us who have had crazy moms understand how a turnaround was like instantaneous. What kind of crazy mom did you have? I had the kind of crazy mom where like she was super nice and super into me and like really into my well-being, and then all of a sudden she would snap on me if I did anything wrong, and it would be like raining down the hell wrath. So yeah, I get it, Daenerys. Like, you're mad. Your babies are dead. Your best friend's been beheaded. Your dude doesn't want to like get busy with you anymore because you're, you know, his aunt. I mean, you can see it. You see the snap. The snap's been happening for a while. I know everything's condensed in this season. I know it might be frustrating for some of you, but for the rest of us, we want to get this done. We have things to do. We have lives to live. Like, I'm going to be 40 soon enough. I can't be watching Game of Thrones for the rest of my life. It's too much. I mean, do you remember how long Cheers went on? Probably not if you're young. But for those of you that remember Cheers and Friends, it just went on and on. We don't want it to get weird. We don't want it to jump the shark. We want to wrap things up with a nice, neat little bow. And that is what the creators did in this season. And I think it's been done flawlessly. That's not true. There have been flaws. However, none that I'm really that upset with. Getting back to what I was saying about the crazy mom thing. See, if you had like one of those nice moms that baked cookies and complimented you and like tucked you in at night, then yeah, you don't understand this woman that you have idolized season after season because she's just so devoted to integrity and to the commonwealth of the people. All it takes, man, for a crazy bitch to go crazy is a little too much power, a little bit of rejection, and things not going the way she planned. You know those women. I wait on those women. They're the women that they're all nice in the beginning, but then all I do is bring them the wrong glass of wine, and they suddenly, like, the fangs come out, and they're just like, I didn't order Prosecco. I ordered rosé. Okay, I'll bring you rosé. Yeah, do that. God, you just can't make mistakes with these women, you know, and they like start out, it always starts out nice because they like have their nice face on and they have their date or their husband or their kids or whatever. Things are like going along swimmingly, but then suddenly you mess something up. Their order doesn't come out on time, or the bread is cold, or, you know, I don't know, whatever happens in these restaurants. Like, oh, like we ran out of the short rib and now we have to bring you a steak. And it's like, you're still getting a really nice quality steak, but man, all you have to do is derail the plan. And these crazy bitches. Sorry, I mean, I really try not to curse, you know, because like profanity is something that I'm working on. I don't think that it represents me well in the way I wish to present in the world, but I don't know what else to call them. They turn into crazy bitches, and that's what's happened with Daenerys Targaryen. She has gone cray bitch on the whole land. She took that dragon, she unleashed the fury, she was like, F you, Cersei! I get it. Cersei was like, do you know what my favorite part of that whole episode was, you guys? I know this kind of has nothing to do with what I'm talking about, but it was the part right after the mountain dashes what's his name's skull against the wall, again, like just cracks like an egg. What was his name? Clyburn? Was it Clyburn? Anyway, and then it's the Hound and his brother just like staring each other down, and this was Cersei. Walks down the stairs. That was the best. I made my husband rewind it. I was like, did you just see Cersei dip? She just went, gotta go. That was the best part of that episode. Well, the second best part was when Daenerys levels the entire city with her hellfire fury. I mean, look, that's what happens. All of people saying, whoa, we don't like the way this female character arc has gone. Like, you know what? Every month, 28-day cycle, I say to myself, I am going to hold it together. I'm going to go to work. I'm not going to make a scene. I'm not going to have a meltdown. Every 28 days, it's like, what did you say to me? You want a what? Oh, I messed up your wine? Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me take care of that for you. That's what ends up happening. Oh, I feel so bad, but it's like uncontrollable. We have a dragon queen in us. It starts at around like puberty, and then it just gets worse. I don't know what else to tell you. It's a lot of self-care, you guys. It's a lot of self-motivational, like positive talk, right? Like affirmations, like going and getting a massage every now and then, journaling your feelings, drinking tea at night, trying to eat a healthy diet, meditating, having good, healthy relationships, establishing solid, intimate friendships, you know, all the things that we have to do in life so that we don't get too big for our britches. Maybe, is that what it is? I don't know. All I know is that Daenerys really believed that she had a purpose, and that purpose was to sit on the Iron Throne, and she was not going to stop until she had it. And somewhere along the way, man, her brain twisted, and that happens to all of us. Like, we get this idea in our heads that we need to have this thing this way, and if it's not that way, then we're willing to just blow up the entire situation to make sure that we get our way. Sometimes you've just got to take a back seat, you know? You've got to be like, you know what? I'm going to take my hands off the wheel, because I think that if I push this situation, it's going to fall apart. So I'm just going to fold my hands, and I'm going to zip my lip, and I'm just going to wait and see what happens. That's not what Dany did on the back of that dragon. Dany did the antithesis of zipping her lip and waiting. Dany pretty much just like opened up a big can of crazy whoop ass and just leveled a whole city. And you know what? I kind of like that they showed that's the power of the woman, because that is the power of the woman. And that is why I believe in balance. I really do, you guys. Like, I married a man who, albeit is, you know, not perfect, but you know what's really great about him is that he has so much integrity, and he is such a beautiful, he's like Jon Snow. My husband is my Jon Snow, and I have said this before to him many, many times. Baby, you're my Jon Snow. And he's always like, huh? But he is, you know, he's that guy that you just trust to like lead a country or run a kingdom, and he doesn't want it. Like, if you said to Chad, I want you to run a country, he'd be like, are you sure? But here's what I wouldn't do. I wouldn't be like, you don't get to run the country. I'm going to run the country. I'm the one who went to UCLA. I'm the one with the college degree. You don't get to run the country. I'm going to run the country. Not the best idea. So I'm not saying like there's, you know, not merit in fighting for equality, even though really I think that women are superior to men for all intents and purposes. I do. I believe in female supremacy, which is why when people argue about equality, it kind of annoys me, because I'm like, what do you want to be equal to? No, like, I'm not ever gonna be put into a position where I can't use my period as an excuse for something, because if you've had period, you know you have every right to use that as an excuse. And when a dude's like, yeah, I'm gonna use my period for this excuse, I'm like, no, you're not. You're gonna pick up that box and you're gonna carry it up the stairs, and I'm gonna sit on my butt and do nothing. I guess at the end of the day, you know, the truth is we do have quite a bit of power. We are incredibly, incredibly powerful as a gender. And I think that it really helps to find a partner who can handle your crazy when it gets too chaotic, you know? Because, like, if I had some really, like, super weak-minded, like, scared, feeble dude, when I go bananas, what's it? I'm just going to steamroll right over him. And sometimes he's just got to check my ass. Because if not, the chaos is real. So those are my thoughts for this week about Daenerys Targaryen, equality, relationships, balance, marriage, you know, all the good things, all the good things. Christina Joy Empowered, always happy to share. I welcome your comments. Why don't you subscribe? Maybe this will be a regular thing. Bye.